Good morning, everyone. James Carpenter with Country Living. We're going to do a video today. Probably going to cover a few different things, but I want to start with the engine that you see here. Okay, this is a Kohler Command 22 horsepower V-shaped lawnmower engine. Okay, so a couple things I want you to notice is it has good electric clutch on it, and if you've ever had to replace one of those, you know they're expensive. It has the starter on it. The air filtration system is different than mine, which is not going to affect anything. I'll just unbolt my stuff and bolt it to this engine when the time comes. This valve cover's got a whole bunch of crap on it that I don't need. We'll be getting rid of that. But other than that, the whole concept of the engine is I've got a zero turn now, and a friend of mine, his name is Fred, he's been working on lawnmowers for, gosh, I want to say 50 years, a strong 40 plus. And this engine actually came off of his lawnmower. And he had just recently went through it, did the head gaskets, the valves, the lifters, and everything that goes bad on these Kohler engines over time. And he had just done that on my zero turn, but he informed me that this engine has a lot less wear on the cylinder jugs than mine did. But like I say, he just did mine last fall and mine's running great, so I'm not going to mess with it. Mine's 23 horsepower. This one says 22 horsepower. And I got to thinking about it. Mine has a lot better air filtration on it than this does. This looks like it just has basically a round filter, square filter in there. So I believe that better airflow is why mine is 23 horse and this is 22. I could be totally wrong, but I do know that if you got the right airflow and stuff, for example turbos and that, you can boost power. So possibly once I put my air breather on here, this will be 23 horsepower. Not that 1 horsepower is going to make or break the bank. Now, what I intend to do today is this engine's probably going to set for a minimum of 5 years. I'm going to center it on this skid. This skid has a 3/4 inch piece of plywood over it. And I'm going to build a box around it. And the reason I'm going to build a box around it is so that the field mice don't get in there and start building nests and nest in the engine, crucial areas of the engine. So I'm just going to prevent that. I'm going to be storing it for at least 3 to 5 years. But when I need it, I'm not going to spend over $3,000 for a brand new engine. I'm actually going to spend what I spent on this one, which was $275. And again, that's with the clutch, electric clutch, which I'm telling you, that could be an extra $350 if you had to buy that. And that starter's probably not a cheap deal either. So I think I did good. So let me get started. I'll build a box around this. We'll set it in the other building and it can live happily ever after. Okay, we're making progress. What I did is I cut some small framing lumber and I made this, basically I'll call it the foundation. I made a box around it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 1x. I'm going to take some more of these. I'll put them in there for extra support. And then I'll take these boards I've cut and they'll go all the way around the box, and then I'll create a lid, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got 3 sides built. Wanted to show you that before I got it completely closed up. Now this back side was the front side, but I took the tractor outside and put the skid on the forks in the other direction. So now I can work on the front of it right here, get the rest of it closed up, and then make the top. Okay, this is what it looks like all boxed up. As you can see, there's no way for a field mouse or any other rodent, unless they chew through 3/4 inches of southern pine, are getting in that box. And I think as long as they can't smell food, they're not really going to make an attempt to get in this box. So with that being said, let's park it out in the other building and just let this container sit for about 5 years until we need it. Okay, I wanted to bring you up here and show you the lawnmower that will accept this engine at some point in its life. This is a Toro Z Master. It's an older lawnmower, but it runs great. You know, like I said earlier in the video, I had this engine completely gone through last fall. And earlier we had talked about the air filtration system on that other one, and I said this might be 1 horsepower more because better air intake. I could be wrong on that, I don't know. But right now this engine's running great. But I like to be proactive, and should this engine fail, I'm not stuck with a $5,000 repair real quick like. So I guess while we're talking about lawnmowers, I'll show you a couple other Toros that I have. Okay, this one here I've had for years. I actually pretty much rebuilt everything on this and painted it, even ordered stickers to put the original stickers back on it. But this is called a Groundsmaster 72-inch deck. They were golf course mowers back in the probably late 70s and through the 80s. It's got a 3-cylinder diesel engine. So that was my first large lawnmower. And then here we got the older Kubota tractor. And then back here we got another one of those Toro mowers. It's 1 year newer. I think it's got a lot less miles on it. They both run fine and they both mow great. So I'm pretty well set on mowers, but again, when it comes to country living, you know, you need to have backups. So we got backup tractors, backup mowers, backup engines for mowers. I've got spare parts. You keep all that stuff. That noise in the background is a compressor. I apologize for that. I appreciate you watching the video, and have a great day.